Hello, I'm dgerard and this is Pivot to AI, where every day is AI Fool's Day. Today, Anthropic vibe leaks all over the place. Yesterday morning, security researcher Chifan Shu tweeted that the source code for Anthropic's Claude Code agent had leaked. Quote, Claude Code source code has been leaked via a map file in their NPM registry. Unquote. The way this happened, for the programmers among you, was that Anthropic included a source map in the NPM package. This is enough to turn the minified code you download back into the source code. The leak is 1,900 files and 512,000 lines of code. Anthropic said to everyone in a statement, quote, "This was a release packaging issue caused by human error, not a security breach." Unquote. They blame the human because the AI cannot fail. It can only be failed. By the way, human errors are totally security breaches. If your systems make this sort of error possible, that's on you. Like Anthropic vibe-coded this system. What do we expect? The Register got a security researcher to look over the code leak. Claude Code sends all your stuff to Anthropic. Quote, "I don't think people realise that every single file Claude looks at gets saved and uploaded to Anthropic," the researcher Antlers told us. "If it's seen a file on your device, Anthropic has a copy." Unquote. Everyone's been looking through this code dump to see what on earth it does. Our valued reader, Duke of Germany, on Mastodon said, quote, "After looking at the code, my understanding of how Claude works: throw insane amounts of compute at some developer fanfiction and hope for the best. Did I get it right?" Unquote. Yes, that's about right. There's bits of actual code in there, but most of it is prompts that plead with the bot not to screw it up this time. Boris Cherny from Anthropic has previously tweeted that Claude Code is indeed vibe-coded. Quote, "Can confirm Claude Code is 100% written by Claude Code." Unquote. Eating your own dog poop. That puts the code's copyright status in serious doubt, by the way. You cannot copyright AI output in the US. Anthropic has been sending DMCA notices to get copies of the leaked repository taken down, but claiming copyright on uncopyrightable material is fraudulent, and it's perjury if you do it in the DMCA notice. If you get one of these notices, you might want to counter-respond accordingly. Also, whatever code the chatbot stole from is likely under various other licenses, so Anthropic may have violated those copyrights. Of course, a pile of free vibe code is worth less than zero as code. The only use for this pile is working out what dumb nonsense Anthropic thinks is production machinery. There's an instruction not to write any security holes. I'm sure that works great. You can't use Claude Code to write hacking tools unless you tell it you're a security researcher. Then it's all right. There's an undercover mode, which you use when you don't want a project you're sending slop to knowing you're using a bot. This is specifically to use against public projects. Anthropic knows what they're doing here. This is reason for non-AI projects to block all Anthropic employees from your repositories. Can you take this code dump and run Claude Code locally without paying Anthropic? I mean, yeah, just point it at a local model instead of the Claude Online API. It'll be super slow unless you spend enough money to match the performance of the Claude API. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who are trying just this thing right now. There's another thing about Claude Code. In the past few months, we've seen a whole lot of formerly respected software engineers who try the bot, and it one-shots them. They start posting 2,000-word tweets about how awesome Claude Code is. It's the future of coding. Don't be left behind. And they never show you testable numbers or anything. Trust me, bro. One thing a lot of users tell me who've been forced to touch Claude Code at work is it's noticeably more sycophantic than older models. It really wants to make you feel good about vibe coding. But also, Claude Code is leaning hard into gambling addiction, the hooked model, which I've talked about previously. You reward the user with an intermittent, variable reward. This keeps them coming back for that big win, and it turns them into gambling addicts. Our esteemed friend Johnny from Neuromatch describes how Claude Code works from looking at the codebase. Quote, "This is an important feature of the gambling addiction formulation of these tools. Only the margin matters, the last generation. The intermediate comments from the LLM, where it discovers prior structure and boldly decides to forge ahead brand new, are also part of the reward cycle. We are going up forever. Cleaning up after ourselves is down there." Unquote. Johnny compares Claude Code to exploitative, pay-to-win mobile games, which completely work just like this. Addiction loops. Anthropic's gamified vibe coding. Claude Code is expensive Candy Crush, but it tells you you're being so productive, as it teaches you to forget how to code. Just keep paying Anthropic. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI, and thank you so much to the Pivot fan who got me the Rode Interview handheld adapter for the wireless ME microphone. This is great. Also, very pink. Amazon wishlist link in the show notes. Please forward this episode to the Vibe Coder or the Vibe Code hater in your life. Word of mouth is what we live on. Hit like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a nice review in your podcast app, and you can keep Pivot going by dropping just $5 into the Patreon linked in the show notes. Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow, and bye for now.